Today we delve into a somber exploration of three individuals whose stories are both haunting and tragic. Our focus today is on the youngest serial killers, exploring the disturbing events surrounding James Fairweather, Mary Bell, and Amarjeet Sada. Remember, the purpose of this video is not to glorify or sensationalize, but to shed light on the unfortunate realities that have left lasting impacts on the lives of victims and their communities. Viewer discretion is advised as we explore the depths of these unsettling tales. Born on September 14, 1998, in Colchester, Essex, England, James Fairweather's early years hinted at a troubled path that would later unfold. Reports from those who knew him suggested signs of behavioral issues and an unsettling fascination with notorious serial killers. This early preoccupation with darkness would foreshadow a much grimmer reality in his teenage years. Fairweather's childhood and adolescence became marked by a series of red flags. Though the specifics of his upbringing remain somewhat obscure, his trajectory into the world of crime raises questions about the influence of the environment and early experiences on the development of criminal behavior. In 2014, the tranquility of Colchester, England, was shattered by the actions of a teenager, whose name would soon be etched into the darkest corners of the town's history. James Fairweather, a mere 15 years old, embarked on a chilling crime spree that sent shockwaves through the community. The initial blow struck in March of that fateful year when Fairweather brutally took the life of James Atfield, a 33-year-old man. The savagery of the attack was beyond comprehension, with over 100 stab wounds inflicted on the unsuspecting victim. The sheer brutality left Colchester in a state of collective shock and fear, as the community grappled with the realization that such violence could emerge from one so young. However, the horror was far from over. Undeterred by the consequences of his first act, Fairweather returned to darkness just a few months later. In June 2014, he claimed his second victim, Nahid Almanea, a 31-year-old woman going about her daily life. The echoes of the previous murder were chillingly evident, as the modus operandi displayed eerie similarities. The meticulous brutality and senseless violence hinted at a dark pattern emerging from the mind of this young perpetrator. The aftermath of these crimes was devastating. A once tranquil town found itself grappling with an atmosphere of grief and horror. The specter of fear loomed large, as residents struggled to comprehend how such darkness could manifest in the form of a 15-year-old boy. The lives of James Atfield and Nahid Almanea were tragically cut short, leaving families shattered and a community forever scarred. The aftermath of James Fairweather's crimes reverberated through the community, leaving scars that would take time to heal. His arrest in May 2015, triggered by a concerned friend who recognized the signs of danger, marked the end of a reign of terror. Fairweather's subsequent trial in 2016 unfolded as a sobering reflection on the capacity for violence within even the youngest members of society. In court, Fairweather pleaded guilty to the murders of James Atfield and Nahid Almanea. The legal system, recognizing the gravity of his actions, handed down a life sentence with a minimum term of 27 years. The impact of these crimes on the community raised broader questions about juvenile offenders, mental health, and the adequacy of systems in place to prevent such tragedies. As we navigate the chilling depths of young minds entangled in the web of crime, our journey takes us to another haunting chapter, that of Mary Bell. Born into a world of tumultuous circumstances, Mary's story is one that defies easy explanation. Mary Bell, a name that resonates with infamy, entered the world on May 26, 1957, in Newcastle upon Tyne, England. Her early years were marked by turbulence, growing up in an environment fraught with instability and hardship. Born to a mother who struggled with prostitution and substance abuse, Mary's formative years were marred by neglect and a lack of maternal care. As if the cards were stacked against her from the beginning, Mary's turbulent childhood played a pivotal role in shaping the trajectory of her life. The absence of stable nurturing became a breeding ground for a darkness that would later emerge in shocking and tragic ways. In the unsettling annals of crime, 1968 stands out as a year forever marked by the name Mary Bell. At the age of 10, an age synonymous with innocence and curiosity, Mary would etch her name into the history of criminal notoriety, sending shockwaves through the United Kingdom. What unfolded in a span of just a few weeks would defy understanding and challenge the very fabric of societal norms. The first victim of Mary's heinous acts was 4-year-old Martin Brown. His lifeless body was discovered in the quietude of an abandoned house, an innocent soul extinguished in circumstances that hinted at something deeply disturbing. The shock reverberated through the community, leaving parents gripping their children a little tighter and casting shadows over the perceived safety of neighborhoods. Just a short time later, the ominous echoes of tragedy returned with the murder of 3-year-old Brian Howe. In a chilling display of brutality, Mary, accompanied by an accomplice, claimed the life of another innocent child. The similarities in both cases were haunting: the tender age of the victims, the methodical nature of the killings, and the coldness with which such acts were orchestrated. In December 1968, at the age of 11, Mary Bell was convicted of manslaughter in connection to 2 killings during a trial at Newcastle Assizes. Her actions were deemed to have been carried out under diminished responsibility. Norma Joyce Bell, a 13-year-old accomplice in at least one of the killings, was acquitted of all charges. Mary Bell holds the distinction of being Britain's youngest female killer. Prior to her trial, she was diagnosed with a psychopathic personality disorder. Mary Bell was released from custody in 1980 at the age of 23. A lifelong court order granted her anonymity, a protection later extended to shield the identities of her daughter and granddaughter. Since her release, she has lived under various pseudonyms. Our journey now turns to the perplexing case of Amarjeet Sada. Amarjeet Sada emerged into the spotlight in 2007 from the heart of India. Born into circumstances marked by poverty and societal neglect, Amarjeet's early years were fraught with challenges that set the stage for a tragedy. Details about Amarjeet's upbringing are shrouded in the harsh realities of economic hardship, making it a challenging task to unravel the intricate web of factors that may have played a role in the shaping of his young mind. In the year 2007, at the tender age of 8, Amarjeet became implicated in a series of murders that would leave an indelible mark on the fabric of his community. The unfolding tragedies were marked by a macabre precision that sent shockwaves reverberating through the region. The first victim, a 6-month-old infant, became an innocent casualty of circumstances that defied logic and humanity. This heart-wrenching event was only the beginning of a sequence of horrors that would unfold with a grim regularity. As the community grappled with the unimaginable, 2 more young lives, aged 1 and 2 years old, fell victim to a darkness that defied their tender years. Amarjeet's current whereabouts are unknown. Some speculate that he is dead or still in prison. Amarjeet's case serves as a stark reminder that the interplay of poverty, neglect, and societal challenges can have profound implications on the choices made by children. As we conclude this journey into the chilling world of the youngest individuals entangled in crime, the stories of James Fairweather, Mary Bell, and Amarjeet Sada serve as poignant reminders of the complexities within the realm of human behavior. The darkness that emerged from the minds of these young individuals, while disturbing, forces us to confront broader societal questions about justice, rehabilitation, and the safeguarding of our communities. The tragedies they left in their wake, from the haunting streets of Colchester to the quiet neighborhoods of Newcastle and the rural landscapes of India, resonate with profound implications. Each case challenges our understanding of innocence, the impact of early life experiences, and the delicate balance between accountability and compassion. As we reflect on these unsettling narratives, It's essential to remember the victims, the lives tragically cut short, and the communities forever changed. As we strive for a safer and more compassionate world, let these narratives serve as catalysts for broader conversations, fostering understanding and proactive measures to prevent such devastating stories from repeating. This has been The Morbid Truth. Thank you for joining us today.